Namo Amida Butsu. Throughout the years of doing this channel, I've had people ask me, how do I overcome these doubts that prevent me or block me from receiving Shinjin? And in previous videos, I've tried to go into detail about how that can be done. What it basically comes down to is faith. And having faith in Amida means not having faith in your own thoughts and feelings at any given moment. Now, you have to use judgment. I understand we live in the Saha realm, what we consider to be the material realm, when in fact this realm is actually a dream. Amitabha Buddha, his name, and the Pure Land are the only realities I've found. Everything else, including what I feel and what I think, is ephemeral. It's like smoke. And understanding that about myself, I've come to the conclusion that it doesn't really matter what is going on in my head, what is going on in my emotions. What matters is focusing as much as I can, and I'm a spiritual idiot, I'm a bamboo. I'm someone with a mind like scorpions and snakes. Though on the outside I may appear to be virtuous and good and holy and all that, I'm not. I'm a person with scattered and fleeting thoughts. I'm a person with evil thoughts and intentions. I'm a person who feels low energy vibration emotions, thinks low energy vibration thoughts. But it helps me to understand that so that I don't put my faith in my ego. I don't put my faith in my ability to save myself. And because of that, at some point in my life, I was able to let go and trust that if Amida Buddha was real, if his Pure Land was real, if Shinjin was real, then this real Buddha called Amida would bring this to happen in my life. Sure enough, by that realization that I'm an idiot and I can't save myself, I let go of my egoic attempts at self-salvation, self-enlightenment, and just entrusted myself and my karmic destiny to Amida Buddha. And I received Amida's gift. And I can't stress that enough. It is his gift, not our accomplishment, but his gift. Amida's gift of Shinjin, of simple faith. So what do you do in the meantime? You're not to the point where you can just let go and let Amida. There's that tendency to want to save yourself. There's that tendency to want to be, quote, a real Buddhist and gain merits and benefits through other practices like yoga, meditation, praying and chanting to other Buddhas. In the meantime, you want to receive Shinjin. You want to be single-minded. You want to let go, but you can't. What would be my advice to someone like this? Just realize this is where you are. And as best as you can, pour out this desire that you have within you, this, even though it may be a minuscule, microscopic desire, to be a man of faith, to be a man of faith in Amida Buddha, a person of Shinjin, a man, a woman, whatever. Pour out to Amida this desire, and then let it go. Don't think you haven't petitioned enough. Don't think that you need to make your petition more spectacular to catch Buddha's eye, because this is a lack of faith. My faith is not some spectacular explosion. Now, it was when I received Shinjin, when I realized I had received, without a doubt, Amida's gift of Shinjin. I cried for joy. I was overwhelmed with emotion. But that lasted for a very small time. And soon thereafter, I started to put myself under a microscope, and I started to doubt myself. Not Amida, but I doubted myself. Did I really receive Shinjin? Am I really saved? But then that knowing, which comes only from Amida Buddha, came forth in me saying, you know, excuse me, allergies. You know that I am real. You know that I exist. You know my pure land exists. You know that the saying of my name is our connection. With time, I became more settled in my faith in Amida Buddha, settled in my Shinjin. That is to say, I began to trust more and more this voice from Amida, so to speak, this knowing, this Shinjin, that I was saved by him. And so, whenever doubts and fears would come up in my mind, I would recite Amida's name. I would think on Amida. Not in an attempt to save myself, but in an attempt to entrust my doubts and fears to him. And I think that would be my best advice to people struggling with these doubts and fears. And I know people who have struggled with this for years, who have wished to receive Shinjin for years. And there's no judgment here. There's no condemnation. We're all spiritual idiots. We're all flawed. We are all products and components in and of the Saha realm in which we were born in. And we were born in this realm for a reason, because we do have minds like scorpions and snakes. We are not enlightened beings. We are highly unenlightened beings. And I speak also of myself as a person of Shinjin, as a person of faith, as a person who has attained non-retrogression in my life. That is to say, I know that I will not retrogress and come to a point where I deny Amida and his pure land as being real. I know that till the day I die, I am a person of Shinjin. I know in my next life I will be born in the pure land of Amitabha Buddha, without any doubt. I have no doubts of this. That being said, I'm a shithead, and until I die in this realm, I will be a shithead. And the fact that I can use that term to describe myself notifies you that I do not know how to practice right speech, right intention. I am not a Buddha at this point in my life. Shinjin does not mean that you are a Buddha. It means that you are sealed in Amida's grace and love through entrusting to him. And that salvation, that sealing in faith, does not come from my good merits. I don't have any. It comes from Amida Buddha. Let me read something to you that my sensei Josho posted today. He posted on Amida-ji Temple's website. Question: what does it mean to seek to be born in the Pure Land through a false, deceitful, and poisoned good? And he goes into the story of Master Bodhidharma coming to China and encountering Emperor Wu. And Emperor Wu bragged about how many temples and offerings he made to the Buddha and to the path of the Buddha. And he asked Master Bodhidharma, I built many temples and I've offered many lands to the path of Buddha. Now please tell me what merits have I gained? And Bodhidharma's answer came shocking but true. None. Not one merit. And why did he say that? It was because the merits the emperor described above were worldly merits, gained with a mind full of attachments and lacking the wisdom of ultimate reality. And in all honesty, that's all I have. I would, many people think I'm a very holy person, a very good person. Anyone who's worked with me, my roommate who lives with me, people who encounter me know that I'm anything but. And Josho Adrian goes on to say, Shinran even said in an effusion of sincerity that for fame and profit he enjoys teaching others. I am, and this is a quote of Shinran, I am such that I do not know right and wrong, and cannot distinguish false and true. I lack even small love and small compassion, and yet for fame and profit enjoy teaching others. Now I believe that Master Shinran told people this to make people aware that they should not entrust their own merits, their own good, to be born in the Pure Land, i.e. to receive Amida's gift of Shinjin. And Reverend Josho Adrian goes on to say, what Shinran meant here is that evil is always present deep down in us. And although we look good and virtuous on the outside, inside we are like snakes and scorpions. Even when we do the best actions for the benefit of others, including when we teach, deep inside we are never completely without ego. There is no Jodo Shinshu teacher and no lay person without a trace of ego. We are all doing our best, of course, but until we are born in the Pure Land, we can never escape the evil inside, so we can never really do pure actions. One of the 10 benefits in this life of a person of faith is practicing the great compassion. At the level we are now as unenlightened beings, practicing the great compassion means that we encourage others to say the Nembutsu of faith, thus helping them to be born in the Pure Land. But even while we are doing this, it does not mean that we are selfless and truly have the compassion of a Buddha. And I think this is very important to remember, because as a bamboo, as a spiritual idiot, I can only do the best I can do. And that goes for everyone else living in the Saha realm. We are not only living in the Saha realm, we are ending in the Dharma ending age of Mappo. And, trying to use our own merits to save ourselves or to make ourselves believe in Amida, to make ourselves believe in his pure land, that it is real, that he is real, and to bring ourselves to the point where we have Shinjin and where we will ultimately born there, it's futile. It is like the old Zen adage of polishing a brick in hopes that it will turn into a mirror. I can't use my evil, unenlightened, stupid mind to understand nirvana, to comprehend enlightenment, to much less to attain this. This is why Dharmakara Bodhisattva made the primal vow and became Amida Buddha, was so that people like me, hopeless individuals, unable to save themselves, could come to a point where they could let go and entrust themselves to Amida and be open enough to allow Amida to grant us this simple faith, this simple and yet most powerful gift known as Shinjin. So regardless of where you are in your faith walk, don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep saying Amitabha Buddha's name in the way you are most comfortable. Keep entrusting to him, albeit imperfectly. Keep wishing to be born in his pure land. And even though your intentions are flawed and imperfect, Amida created that primal vow for flawed and imperfect people, like you and like me. Namo Amida Butsu.